Peace and greetings. Daughter of Sankofa here, Goddess Queen Jamila. So happy to see you. So happy to see you. Walking through my sound. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. All right, so it's Saturday here. A wonderful sunny Saturday here in Tanzania. And I'm here with Baby. Come on. You want to get some water before we start? Yes, please. 'Cause I know as soon as I start yapping, be thirsty. I want some water. So I'm here with Bay, and yeah, we've had a very interesting last few days. For those of you who don't know yet, we are preparing for a trip in Burkina Faso. Bay is going to be leading a retreat. A tour. I'm the one who does the retreats. He's the one who does tours, excursions, etc. So, and it's like that because my work is really Black women centered. I do a lot of spiritual work, healing work for Black women, and I have another channel that's solely dedicated to Black women and evolution and healing and etc. So this channel is really dedicated to all things Africa, diaspora, migration, culture, all the things. Sante sana. Yeah. So we're here and we're preparing to go to Burkina Faso. We are officially 70 days, 69 days from our trip to Burkina Faso. In case this is the first time you're watching, Burkina Faso has opened up the doors for the diaspora to get citizenship. And what that means is that in 69 days, almost 1,000 Black Americans will be descending upon Ouagadougou, Burkina Faso, to matriculate as citizens. Now, I myself will be going through the process. Bay obviously doesn't need to go through the process as he is a continental African with a green passport, a fancy schmancy. Like no, it's a fancy schmancy green passport. Okay, baby, let me tell you. And I know if you've already seen my Ghana video, you know that I felt some type of way. I felt some type of way when. All right, so good. So as I was saying with Ghana, you all know if you've watched my Ghana video. If you've not watched my Ghana video, go and watch Ghana is Wakanda. But when the Ghana citizenship ceremony came around in October, I was very devastated because I have been saying I want to get Ghanaian citizenship for years, right? It's been years. Yeah. Yeah. And the biggest thing was at that time, I was preparing to go to the Benin Voodoo Festival. And it just really like solidified why, as a diasporan who now lives on the continent, why I need a continental African passport. In order for me to go to the Benin Festival, I was going with a group that I knew who was coming from Ghana. So they were driving from Ghana, going through Togo to get to Benin for the Voodoo Festival. So what would have had to happen is I would have had to leave Tanzania, fly to Ghana, get a Ghanaian visa, drive through Togo, get a Togo visa, drive to Benin, get a Benin visa. Okay, and each of these visas, each of these visas are like $120, you know, somewhere around there. The
Ghana is 200.
Ghana was 200, and it was 200 for one entry, single entry. That means that I would have went from Ghana to Togo to Benin. Then when I left Benin, I would have had to go back to Togo again to get back to Ghana and pay another $200. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying? It was not feasible for me to do that as a African American or a diasporan who lives on the continent. Like that wasn't it at all. So I really felt some type of way about that particular situation. And, that really solidified a lot of my feelings about getting a passport in the continent that I currently live in. Like for me, and I can only speak for myself, I don't ever plan on living in the United States again. Like when I say I'm only speaking for myself, I mean there's lots of people who've moved here, but they've moved since moved back. Who's here stays here. A lot of people move here and they leave. Yeah, a lot of people move here. Hold on, babe, get this together. Ugh, all right, good. A lot of people move here and then they leave. So this concept of me living here and then paying these exorbitant fees just to travel around the continent, that was entirely too much for me. So I was so distraught when I didn't get that Ghanaian passport. But fine, it is what it is. Now that, greetings, welcome. Now that Burkina Faso is offering this opportunity for matriculation, now I'm like, oh, duh. It's a no brainer. And let me just point out the fact that recently, I don't know if you saw that Sierra just got her citizenship in what was it Benin? I think she got her citizenship in Benin. Yeah. And a friend of mine was telling me about it, and I was like, I don't care. Like, I'm not going to Benin to get the citizenship. And she's like, why not? I thought you wanted citizenship, right? And what I had to remind her is at this point for me, it's not about just getting another passport. It's about getting a passport of a country that's actually aligned with who I am and what that country stands for. Who's the president of Benin? Do you know? Because I don't know. You know? I don't know who the president of Benin is. So for me to be jumping up, oh, I'm a Sierra Leone, oh, I'm gonna get no. It's not about that. It's not about that. Ghana and I have a very special relationship. I have traveled to Ghana for years. My husband and I have traveled to Ghana for years. We love Ghana. We enjoy Ghana. We plan on moving there, migrating there. So there's a lot of connection that we have to Ghana specifically. But when it comes to Benin, I don't have that. When it comes to Gabon, I don't have that with a lot of countries in Africa. And so for me, this Burkina Faso trip, this excursion to Burkina Faso, this movement, this is part of a beginning of a revolution. I am in line with everything that President Ibrahim Traore stands on. The man is standing on business. He's standing on business, and I am here for it. Okay. However, comma, I am so I'm so scared for my brothers and my sisters coming from the United States of America, coming from United Kingdom. I'm scared. Oh, I did scared. I did scared. I can't lie. I can't lie. I know babe not scared like that. Babe not scared like that. Greetings. But I'm scared. Why am I scared? Because I've been living here 5 years on the continent, and I've been in multiple countries. I was in Egypt, in Senegal, in Gambia, in Ghana, in Nigeria, in South Africa, in Rwanda, in Kenya, now in Tanzania. Like, I have been around the world, specifically on this continent. And I will say to you that of all the places that I've ever lived in, traveled to, been in, the hardest places to be in for me were the French speaking countries. Full stop. French speaking countries and I,
Yeah, but that's that's for you, baby. But we are not saying that the countries are, bad or whatever. But
No,
it's just not aligned with everybody what you're looking for.
it's not easy.
It's not easy to move around with those countries,
Navigation.
and you have to be a certain kind of person, in order to be in those areas to move around. So you have to figure that one out first. You can go there, check it, visit, and read the place, mingle with the people, then you get to sit down and decide whether this is for me or not.
But most of these people nowadays, what I'm hearing from a lot of the Burkina Faso incoming people is that they are like buying one way tickets
Mhm.
and jumping up and going to Burkina Faso. And I just think that that is such a bad idea. Now,
Yeah, we don't recommend that.
don't get me wrong, everybody's situation is different, okay? Everybody's financial situation is different, everybody's living arrangements are different. um some people have spiritual guidance and spiritual direction that puts them in a particular country for a particular reason. But by and large, I would never suggest for anybody to jump up and just move anywhere. I don't care if it's from New York City to Kingston, Jamaica. I don't care. Getting up, packing up all your stuff, selling everything and moving to another place with when you have not had that experience under your belt, you haven't clocked miles, that is a very risky, high risk situation, and one that I would not recommend. And I have to say that for the record, because one thing that I have a tendency to do is I have a tendency to say these types of things behind closed doors, but then I don't say them to the masses of people who actually follow me, who actually subscribe to my channel. And if you're not subscribed to my channel currently, go ahead and subscribe to my channel currently. Make sure you're tapped in and tuned in. Babe, can you see what that says on the screen? I see Leslie is talking, but I can't. I ain't got my glasses on. I can't even see.
Okay, you just have some things on the chat
You
there.
gotta read it out loud.
It
This
says
one.
a lot of people, these places are undeveloped, and we have to come prepared to help build. We have already seen the challenges of living in other African countries. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, yeah, that's what he's saying. They have seen enough,
Yeah, yeah. So,
there's a lot of challenges.
absolutely right. Like the challenges are endless, especially for a developing country. And then this is not just a developing country. This is a developing country that has a mother tongue that you don't speak. One of the things that I will say, let me flash back to Senegal. My time in Senegal was amazing. I really enjoyed Senegal. Senegal was beautiful. Obviously, I enjoyed Senegal so much that I came back with a little souvenir, right? A little souvenir. So I love Senegal. Senegal was great, in terms of art, in terms of fashion, the colors, the clothes, the richness of the culture. Everybody really enjoys the food in Senegal. Senegal is bars. I call Senegal the New York, like the New York and Paris mix. If New York City and Paris had a baby and it was an African baby, it would be Senegal. Senegal is it. Capital I, capital T. However, when I was in Senegal, I was very clear that I would not live there because I, as an individual person, me, Goddess Queen Jamila, I did not feel comfortable with being in a country full time where I couldn't even properly greet my neighbor, where I couldn't even properly connect with the people who live around me. Okay, I grew up home. I was homegrown. Like I grew up in a community. We had neighbors. We had people who would look out for us. If I came home on any given day and my mother wasn't there, all right, are you there? Okay, give thanks and praise. If you can still hear us, drop an emoji, drop a thumbs up, drop a yes, 1, 2, 3, check 1, 2, 3. If you're not already subscribed, subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel. But yeah, so can't see anything. I don't know if it's still connecting. I just see this little timer going on. Okay. So, what time is it?
20 minutes to 9.
Okay. So we're gonna leave soon, but we have a birthday party to go to. That's why I'm all kind of dolled up and dressed up. Give thanks and praise. Subscribe to the channel because I am gonna continue this conversation on our next live. Because I do have a list of things, or we would like to talk to you about some things that you should be aware of when you are planning on moving to the continent. And this is the thing, you all. Let me say this for the record. Okay, let me say this for the one time, Y'all spend a lot of time watching YouTubers who don't know shit and can't give you shit and ain't about shit. Y'all spend a lot of time, y'all clocked a lot of hours watching YouTubers who not even in those same countries anymore. Y'all don't watch YouTubers and blow YouTubers up, and they've been on some absolute positive nonsense. Okay? You got people who told you, oh yeah, move to Kenya, move to Botswana, you over here hyping that person up. You don't know these people, and these people don't even know the country. They just got there. They just arrived. Their boots on the ground, or just arrived, newly on the scene. And the reality is, for me, as for me, daughter of Sankofa, goddess queen Jamila, Ianifa Ifa Korade, as for me, I've been living here for 5 years plus. 5 years plus. So
you can find some other people that have been here more than 5 years.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
And they are not YouTubers.
They're not YouTubers. They're not online.
YouTubers just arrive just in 1 month, or the first time they touch down, they just put the camera on their phone and start talking about it, because you don't know anything.
And that's the point. Arriving. It's a lot of people who've asked my husband. My husband didn't even know until recently who T3 and me was. They asking him, he's a continental African, born on this land, raised in this land, and you asking him about a man who just moved here a few odd years ago? Make it make sense now. Make it make sense. Okay? Do you know T3? Y'all so caught up in that celebrity fanfare, YouTube nothingness, that you are looking for clout in the wrong ways. Listen to me, people. Listen.
And some of them
subscribe to the channel so you can get more information. But listen to what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, I need you to be more diligent about how you vet the people that you listen to. Woda Maya and your situation, y'all don't have the same situation. Y'all don't have the same passport. Y'all wasn't raised the same way, and you're not from the same place. The way that he will be received and treated when he enters into certain countries, you'll never get that. You won't get that. Okay? It's a different vibration. It's a whole entire different vibration. And you may not like me speaking the truth in this way, but I'd rather tell you a truth in a way that's organic and authentic. And you take the truth, you chop it up how you want to. You can drizzle some honey on it if you like. But I'd rather you know the truth about the situation than you blindly jump off of a plane, okay, and land in a territory that is going to be a hostile environment. That's the bottom line. It's a hostile environment. I didn't want to move to Senegal because I could not speak the language. And I was not willing to live my life every morning, every noon, and every night in a land where I could not genuinely connect with the people around me. That's what community looks like for me. Community for me is not just being on an online platform talking to each other and thinking that you know each other. No, community for me is, I see your daughter just had a birthday. Happy birthday. Let me give your mother doing. I know she came to visit your family. I have to be able to speak that language to the person that I live around. I can't be nowhere I can't speak to my neighbor. I can't be nowhere I can't connect with people, genuinely connect, because there's a language barrier. I can't be there permanently. Now, don't get me wrong. I am going to matriculate as a Burkinabe. Okay? I'm going to matriculate as a Burkinabe. And I'm going to do my part to make sure that I contribute to the rebuild, to the build and the rebuild of this country. I should even call it a rebuild. It's a build. It's a build.
It's an ongoing process already.
Right. I'm gonna do my part to contribute to the build of Burkina Faso. However, I would not feel comfortable living there full time if I cannot speak the language. If I cannot speak the language. So if you intend to move to a country, okay, where you cannot speak the language, all right, and it's your intention to move, then you have a job to do. You need to learn the language immediately. Not later on, not maybe I'll get around to it. You need to start learning immediately. It's not going to learn itself. It's not going to learn itself. You need to start learning immediately, right? So I know they're going to talk bad about me, babe, because you didn't talk much on this live. They're going to say, I didn't even let you get a word in. You want to add to that? I know when we look back at it, I'm going to be like, see, this is why they be talking bad.
Anyways, I just wanna give some recommendation to the people that wants to come over to the continent, whether it's Burkina Faso, whether it's Mali, any of the places. I'm not saying these places are bad, but I would advise you to come over. Take a flight, not one way. Just take the flight and come over and be on the ground and see for yourself what the other person love about the specific place. It might not be the same for you. Everybody have their own preferences when it comes to life, and everybody have their own expectations as well. So try and be there, be on the ground, and chit chat with the local people, chit chat with the international people. Then you will definitely get the information that you need, and you will know whether you are comfortable enough to spend your life over there, or you should move on to the next place. But if you find yourself in a situation where you buy the only one-way ticket and find yourself in that areas, and then it's like you have to figure out how to get out again, and it's a lot of struggle and it's a lot of stress as well. So,
I mean, one of the things that I would add is let's say you know that you want to be here, like come rain come shine, like I'm moving to this place, I want to be here, no doubt, etc. I would suggest that you buy a 6-month round trip ticket, meaning that you buy your ticket, but at least buy a round trip ticket, so that way when the 6-month period, half of a year, by the time half of a year come, you know what's up. You know what plans you're making. You know what you need. You can make a run, go back at your yard, go back where you came from. Kiss some babies. Shake some hands. Let everybody know you're alive and well. You're okay, and then come back again. Even if you need to go back, re-up your money. I know a lot of people still have dependencies on the states for income and building that up. I would always say secure your bag before you leave. Give thanks and praise. I will always say secure your bag before you leave, and secure it in USD if you can. But even me now, like, I give thanks that I started my business in 2011, and then I went digital. I went online in 2014. So for me, like, I've been working online for years, so I haven't had to be dependent on like trading my time for dollars in that way. I have an online course, I have my company freethefeminine.com, so all of my stuff. And then I lead retreats. So I'm a spiritual life coach, so I lead retreats. I lead, courses. Like, I teach Black Women as God. I teach the history of divine femininity. That is my arena. So it's a lot easier for me to lead online, and that is getting me paid in USD. But I couldn't get a job here. You can't move to these countries thinking, I'm going to get a job. No, you're not. No, you're not.
you can get a job.
You can't even, like, the residency requirements, the work permit requirements, like, it is so, it takes a lot. It's so much. You can't have a job that's going to fund you at the level that you're used to receiving funding. Can we just call a spade a spade? If I got a job here, oh my God, I wouldn't be able to live my best life. How can I live my best life? For real, me. Baby, you think I could work here?
Not really.
Why would he say that? You see? Not really. What is that? What? See, okay. So the bottom line is secure your bag before you even come. Like, make sure you have your positioning before you come. Make sure you know Wagwan before you leave. I'm telling y'all, like, I get nervous. I just got off the phone with Sis. Sis is a baby. She's young enough to be one of my children. And I woke up this morning thinking about this sister who is currently in Burkina Faso, who left with a one-way ticket, no income. You know, she left with her savings. She rented an Airbnb. All these things I'm listing are bonks. She left with a one-way ticket. Bonk. She doesn't speak any French. Bonk.
And neither the local language.
Neither the local language. Bonk. Right? She doesn't have an online stream of income. Bonk. She rented an Airbnb. Bonk, bonk, bonk. She had never even traveled outside of the U.S. before this trip. And I told her this morning, I'm proud of you for jumping so high. Like, this is a high jump. This is a marathon. This is like it's like going from not running, not even exercising, and then going for a straight 10K. Okay, that's a straight 10K. And if you're watching right now, definitely like the live, definitely share it. Please subscribe to the channel. I'm going to go ahead and actually answer some of the questions that people have asked me. I just had to get online today and talk about this. But we're going to go. But I will say this. Please think through your migration. I'm going to come back and talk to you all about the Burkina Faso process, the process for matriculation. If you have any questions, feel free to drop the questions. My lives be taking a long time to populate or whatever, so I'm going to just open it up to the public and make sure you all can see it. But I definitely want to make sure I answer your questions. We want to make sure we answer your questions. My husband is leading a tour for Burkina Faso, and that tour is in October. So if you want to get on that tour, listen, if you want him to be your guide and be your host, really, for the trip, reach out immediately. You can reach out on this channel and just drop a message, like a comment. And the cost of his tour was originally $3,300. It's now $2,600, but the price will be going up. So it's $2,600. Get it while it's hot. If you already have housing in Burkina Faso and you just want the rest of the stuff, because the rest of the stuff, language is a big stuff. It's a big stuff, right? What else is on the other package?
The language, the airport pickup. It's basically we take care of everything for you. It's just for you to come or show up, and then the rest is just gonna be handled. We don't want you to jump into any hoops or any kind of difficulties, especially if you are coming for your first time. So
Yeah.
we just wanna set that foundation for you. As in all the hiccups people go through, you definitely gonna go through on our watch. So we are already good at what we are doing, and yeah, we are sure that we're gonna take good care of you if you're coming. So you can reach out anytime.
That's funny. So this is what's funny. What's funny is, this is something I was thinking about yesterday. What's funny is the concept that when Black people go and buy toilet tissue, it's no problem. When they go and book tickets on Delta online or Ethiopian Airlines, it's no problem. When Black people go and buy shoes, tennis shoes, it's no problem. But as soon as we offer tour services, then there's all these question marks. Well, what is this? And well, I don't know, and whatever. This is the reason that Black people as a whole struggle to dominate when it comes to economics. When it comes to wealth and economics, there is a psychological resistance that the master has planted, that the colonizer has planted in the heads of black and melanated people that make it really challenging for us as a collective to rise economically. I'm going to give an example, and I'm going to talk about a meeting that was had with a Jewish group of men very quickly, and just say that what I learned from that Jewish group of men is that the reason that these Jews have hoarded wealth and hoarded power and resources is because they share it amongst each other. They think to themselves, why would I go outside of this group and give to another group before I would engage with my own? Okay? So in reality, we are the only group of people who struggle economically with all the money and resources that we have. We struggle economically, not because we don't have the money, not because we don't have the resources, but because that seed has already been planted. That seed has already been planted. The reality is that you can Google me. You can Google me. You can put in Goddess Queen Jamila and you can Google me. What you'll find is that Google has a lot of information to offer about me because I've been doing this for a long time. All right? So that's the difference between me and some of these YouTube people that you follow. They're only relevant on YouTube. They don't actually have business outside of making content. I have a business. I have a company that I've been running since 2011. So it's levels to this. There are levels to this. So I just have to say that because that was even brought up last night, right? That was brought up last night. The whole concept of black people really being in a place where there's this struggle, you know, because of those seeds. So I would suggest really reevaluating some of that, because a lot of that's not us. That's not indigenous us. That's your master speaking through you. All right. So anyhow, we're gonna go. We have a birthday party to go to. Give thanks. We'll see you tomorrow, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see you tomorrow. All right. All right. Give thanks. Let me do this. Yeah. 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 Beautiful. You see how I did that?
Hmm. I already think I will
I already blocked. Cause who got time for that? Who got time for that? Nobody got time for that. All right, give thanks and praise. Thank you for joining us for live. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace.